In the meantime, we are going to go ahead and show you this live feed from New Orleans, of the Confederate statue removal, the final Confederate statue in New Orleans being removed today, Robert E. Lee.
Engineered the earthworks going up to the column which holds up Lee's statue. To get in that crane, they have had to bring in big giant logs to put under its wheels to give it as stable a platform as possible, and it's got some special support structures extended out from the base of that large crane truck as well. But you're right, I mean, that is a very, very heavy statue, 60 feet up in the air in the middle of town, with a streetcar line running through it, and this has been no small undertaking. We have seen a flatbed truck out here, a large flatbed truck out here ready to receive the statue when it comes down. It is on the Howard Avenue side of Lee Circle. The engine's been running all day, as well as if it was going to happen any second, but of course it's been running for about 6 or 7 hours that we've been out here, and that hasn't happened yet. There's also a budget truck out here. I think that's carrying some equipment needed for this operation. But these guys seem to know what they're doing. They are not leaving anything to chance. Right now they are checking the tension on that strap up there to make sure that it will hold. Based on the structure of the statue, it looks like the straps fit rather well underneath General Lee's crossed arms. That should give them an extra measure of support, but I'm not an expert on these things, but I assume that they are, and we will just see how things proceed from here. Well, the crowd has been fairly steady at around 80 or 90 people for most of the day. I would say within the last 2 or 3 hours it has swelled to maybe 150 to 200. But everybody is just standing here watching as if they're watching history in the making. Most of the people out here say that they have been concerned about this statue for some time, and they are happy to see it come down. Again, there are a few monument supporters in the crowd who say they don't like it one bit. They say that the mayor is trying to erase history. So there's been a lot of angry comments on social media about this very, very heated affair, but for the most part the crowd here very well behaved. There have been a few discussions between people about the philosophy of taking this statue down, if you will, but for the most part Chief Harrison couldn't tell us about any arrests a few minutes ago. His men have been out here a lot. We were trying to talk to him as to whether or not he was going to need to go to the city council to get additional money to cover police overtime earlier this week. He did not think that would be the case, but he really did know. But yes, you're right, an incredible amount of manpower is out here right now. I'm looking at officers on top of the Circle K right now. We have seen them on top of some of the other buildings here at Lee Circle, keeping an eye on things. Every time the men on the crane make a move toward the statue, we see the officers come out to the street and look out just to make sure that nothing happens to the individuals up there that you see now adjusting the strap once again on the statue of General Robert E. Lee. But the contingent we see out here right now, nothing like what we saw out here Sunday a week ago when they had the large protest, the March of 1,200 Take 'em Down NOLA supporters that came over from Armstrong Park, walked through the French Quarter, came here, and then they met about 80 to 100 fairly vociferous Confederacy supporters of history, supporters of people who did not want to see this statue come down. There were a few scuffles, I think about 5 arrests that day, but most people giving the New Orleans Police Department credit for handling a situation that could have been a lot worse. So they're checking the straps here at Lee Circle. We anticipate the statue will come down here shortly. For now, we don't see any tension on those straps, but it is hooked up and it looks like it's ready to go, and we'll come back to you just as soon as there's any movement on the statue at all. From Lee Circle, Rob Masson, Fox 8 News. Does he need to hold that shot in my live shot, or would you rather see him work the crowd, or can you all get the mass cam to show crowd shots? Have Avis move the mass cam. Have Avis move the mass cam and take a crowd shot if we go that long again, because there is a story to tell with the crowd that we're missing with just that shot. And tell me when we're in the mass cam, please. Sounds like Edwin Edwards. That's an Edwin Edwards line. We're calling Avis to get it to take a crowd shot. We got 4 cameras. They said they can't get through. They're not answering him. Paul says he doesn't answer when he calls him, and I'm on IFB, so I can't call him on my phone. When's my next hit? I'm going to walk over there.
All right, for those of you just joining us, we are watching live coverage from New Orleans, Louisiana. This is the fourth and final Confederate statue that is being removed from the city. This is a statue of General Robert E. Lee. It should be removed any moment now. Again, this taking place in Lee Circle in the city of New Orleans. The statue of General Robert E. Lee being taken down. Now, as you see, workers tied ropes around this towering statue of General Lee, preparing to take down the last of New Orleans' 4 Confederate monuments on Friday, as hundreds gawked and some danced in the